In 1990, my parents started a design shop in Malmö, my hometown in Sweden, and I started working there. So I was always surrounded by these really beautiful designed objects. But then I studied architecture, and then that brought me to China, my interest in architecture. Well, I think Beijing is a very interesting and dynamic city. People are very open-minded, curious, ambitious, and it feels like you get encouraged to do things that you wouldn't do otherwise. So it's generally a very inspiring place. Sure, and then when I moved here, I realized that there's not really much of a furniture industry and a design industry in China for people to get good design. So I started making my own designs as a part of projects. When I was looking for a space for my studio, I went around to many courtyards, and when we found this one, we just looked through the window and said, we take it, because it felt so right with. Because I'm trained as an architect, so I think when I start a project, I try to create an interesting relationship between the object and the space, and between the space and the user, and the whole general context of the project. I believe that functionality is the most important. Good design is something that you know that it's good after you use it a long time. And many of the good designs that are with us now, they're not very trendy. They continue to be beautiful. Now I think they're ready for modern Chinese contemporary living. And that's difficult because there's not too many companies that are focusing on this. When I see Chinese designs, I see a lot of beautiful craft and a very unique way of working with wood, with elements that fit together, proportions. But as a foreigner, I'm interested in creating something that is not so familiar, perhaps. Take some familiar elements, combine them with something unfamiliar, and create a twist somehow. The collaboration with ZAOZUO is a design called Freelancer Chair. And so I wanted to design a chair that had the feeling of a home office or a cafe, because a lot of people who work freelance, they work at home or they work in a cafe. So this is a new way of working today. So I wanted to create a chair that was kind of round and soft and comfortable, but you could really sit on it for a whole day and work. But it's wood and it's fabric, so it doesn't look at all like an office chair. I don't want it to be predictable and recognizable, so it creates a bit of uncertainty and surprise.